Coming up on the Dailyo, Governor Stitt addresses the Oklahoma people.
And a deadly fire leaves heroes injured. All this and more is coming up. The Dailyo starts now.
Good evening and welcome to the Wednesday edition of the Dailyo. I'm Mimi Sangvalai.
And I'm Raymond Coleman. We're glad you're with us. With wildfires still burning across the state, Governor Kevin Stitt has declared a state of emergency following these fires. Stitt says that he has spoken to state officials on the concerns of the fire spreading, and it appears Oklahoma is not out of the woods yet. Many Oklahomans have anxiety after the devastating wildfires just last year in March. Stitt also says that he was not pleased with how the resources from Oklahoma Forestry Department were allocated to the victims of these fires. Homeowners from around the state are encouraged not to leave dry materials near their homes to prevent any more fires from spreading.
Staying on the topic of wildfires, 4 firefighters were hospitalized, saving their community. Firefighters responded to a large wildfire in Fargon, a small town in Beaver County. Beaver County Emergency Management said numerous outbuildings were destroyed in a wildfire known as the Ranger Road Fire. It was determined that 145,000 acres of land were destroyed during this devastating event. Oklahoma Highway Patrol issued an evacuation for the people of this county. 4 firefighters were injured and transported to local hospitals where they are currently being treated.
2 people are hospitalized after a rollover crash in an intersection in Spencer, Oklahoma early this morning. The Spencer Police Department says officers responded to the scene at the intersection of Northeast 36th Street and North Douglas Boulevard. The police found 2 cars wrecked at the scene, with one of the vehicles being rolled over on its side. Officers say the driver whose car rolled over was ejected from the vehicle when it was struck. Both drivers remain in stable condition and in the hospital at this time.
Over 100 students are suspended at Mustang High School over an anti-ICE walkout protest. The school district says that 122 students walked out of class to protest immigration and customs enforcement. The district had no choice but to suspend all of the students who participated in this act. MPS released a statement saying that the students and faculty involved were not suspended for their views or speech, but for purposefully missing class. Governor Stitt was informed of the situation and also released a statement that says he applauds the district for taking the necessary actions. This protest against ICE was just one of many across Oklahoma school districts.
Service Oklahoma has launched a new unified driver's license system. The new Navigate platform replaces OK Cars as the single online entry point for driver's license and motor vehicle services. The agency says the first day showed strong early results as staff members and customers adjusted to the new technology. The new design features driver's license and state ID cards with enhanced security features. Oklahoma citizens can now choose between a Real ID compliant or non-compliant credential. Licenses will be issued at no additional cost during renewal or replacement.
It was a bright and sunny day here in Stillwater, but still dry conditions. Let's check in with Grayson Buchanan, who has our evening forecast. Grayson?
Thank you, guys. I would like to reciprocate what the desk said. A lot of parts of Oklahoma are under a red flag warning, which means there are wildfires in the area. So if you are close to one, please stay safe. Let's take a look at the weather in Stillwater now. It was a beautiful sunny day. As you can see, it is 73 degrees and it feels like 73. The wind is picking up as there's 10-mile-per-hour wind coming out of the south. And as you see this beautiful view off campus, we have clear skies. Unfortunately, this warm weather might not be here to stay, but more about that later. Let's go back to the desk for now.
All right, Grayson, when we return, some new memorabilia for our legendary team.
And a new research breakthrough for amphibians. The Dailyo returns right after this.
Hi, welcome to Sugar Llamas.
Well, I'm the owner of Sugar Llamas here in Stillwater. My name is Chad O'Rourke. We want to create a customer-centric culture and create an experience for our customers when they come in. Our ice cream in particular, you can get it other places, but I'm only aware of like one other place besides the Sugar Llama in the state of Oklahoma that you can get it. We actually ship it in from up north, but when it comes to our coffee, you cannot get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere else in the world. You might find a blend similar to it, but you're not going to get Sugar Llama coffee anywhere but a Sugar Llama. It is proprietary to us. We really actually want to get more involved within our community. It's not just about making money, but it's about serving our community and becoming a part of the community here.
Ace in the Bowl salsa started many, many years ago. I was trying to find a recipe to take to a family gathering, and so I started messing around with different recipes, and I took a little bit from here and a little bit from there, and I came up with a salsa that is truly unique. Ace in the Bowl salsa is an olive oil based salsa with tomatoes, green chilies, green onions, and black olives. There's no sugar added, it's gluten free, low calorie, low carb, low fat, low sodium. So it's a very, very, very good alternative to any snack you may want. As of right now, I'm just looking to be in Oklahoma and having a successful business within the state. If my grandkids could ever take it over when they're old enough, that would be my dream.
Special team calls for some special hardware to remember them by. Iron Monk Brewery Company is celebrating their 11-year anniversary by honoring the 2025 OSU men's cross-country team. This team captured the program's 6th national championship this last fall. Iron Monk is known for their iconic beer cans that show Stillwater pride throughout the years. The company will celebrate the anniversary and the launch of the limited edition can this Saturday at 2 p.m. Select members of the team will be there for a meet and greet during the ceremony.
A new amphibian milestone as the Tulsa Zoo announces the birth of over 200 giant Asian toads. This new milestone marks the first U.S. reproduction of the species without the use of human hormones. Zoo officials say some of the hatchlings have already begun developing their signature characteristics, such as warts on their backs. The warts are a symbol of healthy growing during the young toad's lifespan. The newly hatched babies are currently just a few centimeters long, but are expected to grow between 5 and 8 inches as adults. These newborn creatures are not yet being shown, but you can go visit their parents in the water exhibit.
It's been a warm and dry last couple of days here in Stillwater. Let's check in with Grayson to see what conditions are looking like across the state. Grayson?
Thank you, guys. Let's take a look at the radar for the next couple of days. As you can see, as we go through the rest of the night, the Stillwater area is going to remain dry. As we go into tomorrow, Thursday, we are actually going to see the same thing where our dry conditions stay the same. What you really need to look out for, though, is Friday. Friday, we have about a 20% chance of rain, and there will be some storms popping up across the southeast of Oklahoma and moving their way across to the east, as you can see in the radar when it comes up. A couple of things to look out for, though, I will say. One is going to be that chance of rain when it does come by. Another is going to be temperatures that are dropping in the area. We're going to get into the 20s. The last thing are going to be wind speeds. Tomorrow, we're going to get up to 16 miles per hour. Well, that's all we have for right now. Let's go back to the desk.
All right, Grayson. When we return, Mark Zuckerberg is set to testify in a landmark social media addiction trial.
And details on the meeting between the U.S. and Iran in Geneva. The Dailyo returns right after this.
We would design something, it was set on the counter, and people was either, if enough of them said, you know, this isn't it, it never made to the line. Dad was excited that they're all original. They were all designed on Mom's kitchen table, and it gets in your blood after a while.
We're very happy that Pamela and Michael have taken over the business and kept the family going.
We took the business over in 2017. When we found that it was available, we wanted to keep the legacy of family alive, but it was also incredible products that deserved to be a part of Made in Oklahoma's story. We were a part of Made in Oklahoma years ago, and so it kind of grew as Made in Oklahoma grew.
Oklahoma is ingrained into everything that we did. We've been here most of our life. That's what we entailed our whole business on, was the Oklahoma homegrown feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
Meta CEO Mark Zuckerberg arrived in Los Angeles today to testify on intentionally making social media platforms addictive. In a landmark trial from the Los Angeles Superior Court, Facebook, alongside other popular social media platforms such as YouTube, Snapchat, and Instagram, are being accused of intentionally causing addiction to their platforms. This marks the first time that Zuckerberg is defending his company in front of a jury. While he has testified before Congress regarding youth safety on Meta's platforms, the Meta CEO could face more invasive questions than he fielded on Capitol Hill. The outcome of this lawsuit could shape how thousands of other cases brought against well-known platforms play out in the future.
Progress is being made in the Middle East after talks between the U.S. and Iran proved productive. After meeting in Geneva for indirect talks on Tuesday, representatives from both nations cite progress has been made, though much still needs to be worked out. Vice President J.D. Vance gave a mixed reaction to the talks in an interview. In the interview, Vice President Vance says, quote, "In some ways it went well. They agreed to meet afterwards, but in other ways, it was very clear that the president has set some red lines that the Iranians are not yet willing to actually acknowledge or work through," end quote.
School Picture Day comes under fire as one prominent company may have potential ties to Jeffrey Epstein. The nation's largest school photography company, Lifetouch, has seen at least 10 school districts over 4 states cancel contracts due to information released in the Epstein files. The connection comes through Leon Black, CEO of Apollo Global Management, an investment firm that purchased Lifetouch's parent company, Shutterfly, in 2019. Lifetouch has called these alleged ties to Epstein completely false, citing the timeline of their acquisition by Black's investment firm didn't take place until 2 months after Epstein's arrest. Many parents, however, remain unconvinced, including East Texas mother Brittany McLean. In a phone interview, McLean stated, "It just feels tainted. You have images, plus kids, plus data that exist anywhere near corruption, and most parents, especially mothers, want distance."
Authorities are searching for new leads in the Nancy Guthrie case after a previous trail runs cold. Over the weekend, the FBI ran DNA tests on a pair of gloves found 2 miles from Nancy Guthrie's home. These gloves were thought to belong to the potential abductor, caught on Guthrie's doorbell camera. However, there were no matches in the FBI national database. The Pima County Sheriff's Department has turned its focus to another potential lead, a gun holster worn by the suspect. "We know he had a gun, we know he had a holster, and some pretty unique characteristics," said Pima County Sheriff Chris Nanos. "We can't quite identify yet, but it's still being worked on."
It's that time again for our 2026 Winter Olympic medal count. Norway stands firmly at the top, holding 33 total medals and 15 golds. Italy maintains second with 26 and 9 golds. The United States is right on their heels with 24, sporting 7 gold medals so far. Japan has taken 4th place back from Germany, barely beating them out with 22 total medals, while Germany falls back to 5th with 21 medals, but matches Japan in gold medals with 5.
Coming up next, when you can get a first look at Cowboy football. Andrew Dunham is in the Sports Corner with more right after this.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service, My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry when you purchase it.
My wife lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that, had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Into the Sports Corner. I'm Andrew Dunham. Let's talk some sports. Starting off with Cowboy football, and with less than 200 days until the season opener, we know now the spring schedule for head coach Eric Morris and the Cowboys. Starting off, practice begins in March and goes throughout April before their first scrimmage on April 11th and their spring game on the 18th. Besides this past year, this is the first spring game since COVID. It is the first chance to see this new team in action, and head coach Eric Morris is embracing the community and encouraging fans to come see what they are all about. It's game day in GIA as Cowboy basketball hosts 8th-ranked Kansas. Fans are encouraged by the team to wear all black as tonight is a blackout game. Now the Cowboys are trying to bounce back after 2 consecutive home losses to BYU and TCU. The Kansas Jayhawks lead the all-time series over the Pokes along with 8 consecutive wins. Some key players to watch out for tonight are, of course, the southpaw sharpshooter Anthony Roy and Jalen Curry. Head coach Steve Letts says how the Cowboys plan to put the heartbreaking loss to TCU behind them.
Absolutely. But you got Kansas, you beat Kansas, you're right back where you need to be. See, losing to TCU, a top 25 defense in the country, a top 50 RPI, is not going to hurt your RPI in your name.
Keeping it on the court, earlier today, the Big 12 tournament announced their after-party performer. None other than DJ Khaled is set to headline at Kansas City Live in the Power and Light District following the men's championship game on March 14th. This would mark the first time the Grammy Award-winning global icon will perform in Kansas City. This is a part of the new LED glass court that was announced last week, and now the high-profile performer are a part of the Big 12's initiative to enhance the fan experience at the tournament. Finally, Oklahoma State softball hits the road again. Cowgirls are off to San Marcos, Texas to compete in the River State Classic. Their opponent slate for the weekend features Kansas City and Texas State tomorrow, along with Brown and Colorado State on Friday and Brown again on Saturday. OSU fell out of the top 25 in the coaches poll for, get this, the first time since 2018. But last week returned to the 24th spot in the top 25. We'll keep you updated throughout the rest of the week on the games right here in the Sports Corner. Well, that's all we have today from the Sports Corner, but don't go anywhere. An agricultural education program is helping a 9th grader cultivate confidence. Emmy and Rama have it right after this.
I'm Travis Taylor. I'm the general manager for the Hotel Indigo Tulsa Downtown. I have a real good understanding of the food scene in Tulsa, and I've loved to see the way it's evolved over the years, and I'm glad to be part of it.
My name's Kevin Kyle. I'm the executive chef. I started here, the idea was to do something local. Everything that we try to do has Oklahoma products.
Tulsa is a big oil boom when we were the oil capital in the early 1900s. How Route 66 put Tulsa on the map. And the menu around that was, well, what would an oil worker take out in their lunchbox? That's how Prospect kind of came from.
We never get crazy busy, so we can do a lot of different things with food. And we can do things like wine dinners and have local dinners. We have a private dining room that people can come.
I think being at the heart of the old Route 66 has kind of weighed into us getting a lot of different things brought in from different areas of the United States. When I taste something on our menu for the first time, the first thing I go is, yeah, that's Tulsa.
My name's Kayla. I've been here since the beginning, so 4 years. Scratch is more focused on farm and mostly made in Oklahoma products, keeping it local. Sustainability is our biggest thing. That's one of the reasons why this place opened.
I've been the chef here at Scratch for 2.5 years. Started here as a line cook. Our food and drinks are a bit separate entities almost inside the restaurant. So the food is now up to 85% of the products we bring in are raised or grown locally. It's all based off of things that I grew up eating in southern Oklahoma, things my grandparents ate.
About fresh food, clean food, organic food, sustainability, that's all of our thing. From front of house to back of house, we're able to maintain both with freshness. But made in Oklahoma means we get it straight from the farms that are 20, 30 minutes, another little county away. We get it straight from them.
Lionsgate released a new trailer today. Riley Cohen has that and more in your A-List update. Riley?
Thanks, Emmy. A new trailer has been released for one of James Van Der Beek's final roles before his death. The late Dawson's Creek star plays a sinister pastor in the upcoming release, The Gates. Lionsgate offered a sneak peek at Van Der Beek's performance in the trailer that released earlier today. The new trailer came out 1 week after Van Der Beek's wife announced on Instagram that he died at 48 from years of battling colorectal cancer. The upcoming movie also stars Mason Gooding, Keith Powers, and Algie Smith as college students having a night out when they take a shortcut to avoid gridlock traffic and end up in a gated community. After being stopped by another gate in the neighborhood, they walk out on foot to ask for help. The friends then watch through a window as Van Der Beek's character kills a woman inside of the home. Van Der Beek sees that they have witnessed a crime and looks to silence them before they can escape. The Gate is set to hit theaters on March 13th. That's all I have for your A-List update. I'll go ahead and send it back to the desk.
The agricultural education program at Meeker High School helped one ninth grader find her voice. Maddie Hurley is one high school freshman who's overcome quite a few obstacles. Hurley was born with birth defects that gave her a less than 10% chance of living. And now she lives with high-functioning autism, dyslexia, and a speech disorder. After being homeschooled, Maddie made the decision to go back to school, and when she did, she faced some challenges there too. Bullying, having her lunch stolen, and socialization issues, but Maddie didn't let them hold her back. She found friends in the school's agricultural education program and began making her own products out of aloe plants that she grew. She also has a love for bugs, owning a very vast collection. Maddie says that one day she hopes to become an education teacher.
Today's National Day may be controversial to planet lovers. It's National Pluto Day. On March 19th, 1930, the Lowell Observatory announced that the ninth planet had officially been found. While many names were considered, Pluto was named after the Roman god of the underworld. But on August 24th, 2006, the International Astronomical Union reclassified Pluto as a dwarf planet after it failed to pass 3 criteria to be a planet. It must orbit the sun, it must have sufficient mass to assume a nearly round shape, and it must clear the neighborhood around its orbit. Pluto passed the first 2 and failed the third. However, the topic remains hot, as many people still consider Pluto a planet. You can celebrate Pluto by pulling out a telescope, sparking a hot debate, or posting with the hashtag Pluto Day.
Well, before we go, let's go back to the Weather Center where Grayson Buchanan has our 7-day forecast. Grayson?
Thank you, guys. Let's take a look at what the weather will be like for the rest of the week. As you can see, we're going to have, it was 76 degrees today, but as we get farther into the week, I will tell you that it's going to be our sun here, and it is going to be all the way until we get into the low 50s and even hit the 20s. Well, guys, there was a planet on the screen, but my favorite planet, Tatooine, Star Wars, gotta be the #1.
Wow, I would go Pizza Planet. I love me a great pizza, and I
That's a
love
good
Toy
one.
Story as well. I'd love to visit there one day.
You
What about
know, and although Pluto isn't technically considered a planet anymore, I am one of the firm believers that it is. I stand with Pluto. That tiny little dwarf planet is going to make its rounds around the sun, and many times it needs to. How about you, Emmy?
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I like Pluto. I think it's not fair to judge it because it's small. But if we're talking about our favorite planets, I have to go Saturn. I'm a big SZA fan.
Oh,
so
I love.
that's all for our headlines today. Thank you for joining us.
Make sure to check out the Daily O tomorrow and the rest of the week for what's happening here in Stillwater and across the state. For the Daily O, I'm Raymo Coleman.
And I'm Emmy Sangalai. Have a great night, everyone.
Standing on business.
Lived east of here, about 35, 40 miles, something like that, over at Lamont. I was dating her from over at Alva when we were going to college. I knew about the well then. It was a great well. It was great water. I'd stop there, stick my head under it, wake up, drive on home, that kind of thing. And people talked about bottling this water. And so that's why I started thinking about doing that. And so in 2003, the property come up for sale. And so we started working on that and had the opportunity to buy it. The hopes are when folks drink our water is that they'll drink it for a few days and find out the difference. They'll start feeling better because there's been no chemical in our water. There's a list of good things that we have. We don't have any bad things in it. This company means a lot to me because I guess we started it from scratch. And to be able to have it where it's at today, I don't see this as the end at all. I see the future of Divine Water as being worldwide, which will bring outside dollars into the state. It means a lot to me because I started it, I guess, and our family started it.
Thank you for coming to Stay and Play Pet Resort. This is where we can board your pet at any time for your convenience and make them feel at home. We have 5 different kennels for your pet. We have luxury suites that come with TV, camera, fireplace. The webcam is at your free. We have Kitty City where you can board your cat for multiple different prices. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a free chauffeur service. If you go to Baker Animal Clinic, you can drop your pet off anywhere between 7:30 a.m. and no later than 8 a.m. Stay and Play Pet Resort offers a game day sports package. For $37, you can drop your dog off during the game day as early as 7:30 in the morning. Policy states you do not have to pick up your pet up until 1 hour after the game. At Stay and Play Pet Resort, we thrive to treat your best and give them the best at-home feeling.
Deep Fork Foods started in 2014. We started off with our nut products, and now we produce everything from jarred products to cookie mixes and pancake mixes and dried products for people, as well as our spice blends. Now we produce over 168 different products for ourselves and about 20 to 30 other companies in Oklahoma.
I'm Cindy Stewart. I'm one of the owners of Deep Fork Foods. We've gone from just making our own stuff and doing just small things to being able to co-pack and work with other companies and individuals within Oklahoma and across the United States as well.
I'm just really thankful for the journey that we've had so far and really look forward to the future where we're taking Deep Fork Foods and being able to provide more value for Oklahoma and its economy, as well as all the people within the state.
I love the opportunities that being in a food business provides. I absolutely love sharing food and good stories with people, so this just gives us another connection. And I can't wait to see where this path takes us with it.
My name's Dennis Abernathy. Lived here since 1968, and I consider myself one of Stillwater's oldest original family jewelers. Here at Dennis the Jeweler, we're more about personal service. My father always told me that anybody can sell the jewelry, and what we're doing is completely different, learning to do the repair work. That is one thing that will keep your business alive, because anybody can sell it, but not anybody can fix it. To me, jewelry is very, very personal. Every piece of jewelry has its own story, and I get to hear hundreds of stories from my clients, which I love to hear. There's always a story with it. I mean, you buy a piece of jewelry for a show of appreciation, a sign of love. There are a lot of different aspects for jewelry. when you purchase it.